My name is Alexei Inkin, and I hold a green card under the Extraordinary Ability Program. I want to apply for a job in the Department of Government Efficiency to optimize the operations in the immigration process. Getting this green card was long and expensive. I had to spend $7,000 on it, even without a lawyer. I had to write my petition for 4 months full time, and I published it also, by the way, go check it out. And even after its approval, I had to wait for 11 more months until I was actually able to come to the US. So I want to cut this down from months to days for those who will follow me. America needs to greatly amplify its legal immigration, even more so after the border with Mexico is closed. The US currently loses over $1 billion in foregone GDP just from delaying the people who are already approved for this program because of those long queues. So I have this plan. The best thing, it will pay for itself just because the sooner you let people in, the sooner they will pay new taxes. And to give you an idea of how bad things currently are in legal immigration, here are some quick facts. You're not going to believe this, but there's a quota even in the Extraordinary Ability Program. And it's not just the high bar that one needs to meet to be able to come here to work. It's even the number of people who are already found to meet the bar that is limited by the Congress. And last year, this quota depleted 1 month before the end of the year, so the whole process just stopped for a month until the quota refreshed, and people who are already approved to meet the bar, they had to wait. Why would you not do this? You want as many extraordinary people as you can get, so you set the bar of who you want, and you let everyone who meets it in. For some reason you want less of them, you put the bar higher, but you don't make people wait who are approved for the bar you just set. To make things worse, there are quotas even per country of birth. So, for instance, people who are born in India, they have to wait for 3 years longer than people who are born elsewhere, even for the highest extraordinary ability program, because India hits its quota. And for the second highest program, exceptional ability, which sounds just about the same, people who are born in India must wait for 10 years longer than people who are born elsewhere. Not only is this racist, but also each of them already has an approved petition that has a required section that reads how the United States will significantly benefit from my immigration. And this petition was approved by the government, so it means the United States acknowledges, yes, this immigration will significantly benefit us. But the law says, like, yeah, we'll benefit, but now wait for 12 more years. By the way, while you wait, your kids will grow up and you won't be able to take them with you, even though they qualify now. It's too bad that the wait for you was so long. This is crazy. Next, the evaluation under this program is subjective and the officers are not accountable to anyone. I have a friend who was a director of engineering in the chain of retail stores with over 200 stores, and his petition was rejected because the officer said, there's no evidence that this position was critical for the company. On another count, a team leader at Citibank was rejected because there was no evidence that Citibank was a distinguished organization, even though just a few years earlier, Citibank was rescued in the financial crisis because it was considered too big to fail. Next, I know a doctor from the Olympic team of a large Asian country who could not evaluate her diploma to come to the United States to work. It's nearly impossible for doctors to come from overseas to work here because of the bureaucracy, and that's a major factor in driving the cost of healthcare up. For instance, in my homeland, an MRI scan costs $50, and many people take it multiple times a year, even for minor issues, because, hey, that's a chance to learn something new about the body. Let's do this, it may come in handy later. And in the United States, it's the last resort when the patient has suffered for weeks and the doctor is like, I don't know, what else can this be? Okay, let's take an MRI. It shouldn't be this way. The United States should be a leader in this field, in the world. For those who qualify, the process is so complicated that many choose to hire a lawyer for $15,000 or more. And for comparison, the price in the UK for the parallel program is half of that because the process is simpler. Next, many lawyers are not responsive. They just capitalize on the license they have. They defer all the work to paralegals they hire. Sometimes it's tens of paralegals per lawyer, so a lawyer doesn't actually read any paper that bears his name. Paralegals sometimes are unqualified. They work for 80 hours a week for $25,000 a year, not motivated. And it makes the applicants suffer. But those lawyers, of course, they insist that only they, because they're licensed, they should be able to help people with their cases. And even after that, people suffer at interviews abroad. Mine went smooth, but some officers are dreadful. I know a story of a family who were put on hold even after their petition was approved. They were put on hold on the interview because the officer said, "I think it's a mistake that this program exists and you qualify for this program so easily. I will do all I can for you to never get these visas." No kidding. This whole monkey business must stop immediately. All barriers must be lifted except the high bar that one needs to meet to come here to work. But if you're ready for radical ideas, then we also need to proactively invite hundreds of thousands of people to accept green cards and come here instead of having to prove the obvious things about them, because there are a lot of established professionals with public records. We should offer them green cards the way we offer those junk food flyers. So every member of national sports team in any sports, their coaches and doctors must be invited. All professionals in just about every profession with some meaningful awards in their fields must be invited. All business people with profit above some threshold must be invited. All PhDs with some measure of success, all programmers with their packages used beyond some limit must all be invited. And the Citizenship and Immigration Service of the US should be turned into the headhunting service of the US. People who work there must be busy full-time developing the white lists of the awards that will make people qualify, memberships, other achievements, whatever. So those who qualify, those who can enrich the United States will learn in the matter of minutes that they qualify, and then they will be able to come in a matter of days. People who work in the USCIS must be the brightest minds in this country, born citizens and naturalized immigrants under extraordinary ability, those who are deeply interested in making this country prosper and not argue about whether this bank is distinguished or a director of engineering is a critical role. We need this happen fast. We need the brightest people. We need them to be able to come here. Dear Elon and Vivek, please consider me for this job. Let's do this. Let's make the immigration great again.